how to use Pinterest. Some of you may have a Pinterest account and some of you won't, but what you need to do if you're in the art department, you will need to be following the DioArt website because it'll help with your resources, and following your teacher as well, because your teacher will have their own boards. They may just be using the DioArt board, it just depends, they'll talk to you about that. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is log in. You can actually log in with your Facebook, that's fine, it still works. I've got an account, so I'm just going to log in. You do not have to use the Dio account. Use your own personal Gmail, it's probably a lot quicker for you. And done. There we go. And it takes you to your actual, to your Pinterest site, to your boards. Okay, so this is me, Paula, and what I've landed on is my feed. Okay, so it's people I'm following. Whenever they're pinning anything, it comes up. Depending on the boards that you're following, you might find there's a lot of random stuff going on. It depends. A lot of you already know this because you've got Pinterest. Yeah, so there's some random boards that or pinners that I said, or interests that I followed, and there's some stuff that is just not great for me right now coming up. I mean, that doesn't relate to what I'm doing. So ignore that. We're going to go to me. So I click up here, top right, and this is me. These are my boards, okay? Boards are filing cabinets, okay? And what you do in your filing cabinets, you put photos, okay? So if you want to have, it's really important to get your filing system sorted. It makes it a lot easier. I'm just going to click on here, and I will make a board based on, let's just go design just for the sake of putting something in, okay? Keep it secret. That means, do you want people to be able to see your board, or is it hidden so only you see it? Very handy if you're doing stuff that you don't want others to see coming through their feed, okay? Because anyone who is following you will see everything that you're pinning to a board unless it's secret, okay? So we're going to go create board. Okay, and now I'm in the design board. Yeah, so I'm going to go back and look at my account, everything that I have, and you'll see down the bottom here there is a secret board. Okay, no one can see that except for me logged in or people I have shared it with. This little icon up the top right corner of the boards, if you see a group of people, that means it's a collaborative board where a whole lot of people are working on it together and pinning. You each have that board in your own account and you pin, and it's actually really good in terms of sharing resources and ideas. Okay, from here, before I show you the ins and outs of pins and all that sort of stuff, you need to check your settings. Okay, very, very important. Go to your account settings, so go to that little cog on the top right, and you need to go down, and I've already changed all my settings, so I am just going to get you to look at this. Okay, so notifications. You get emails unless you turn these things off. So you can say, I don't want to get any notifications of anything, then you just turn that to no. Okay, I'm not going to do that because it's going to change all my settings. I want to get an email if someone is asking me to join a group board. So I said yes, because I may not be on Pinterest each day looking. It might be easier for me to receive an email so I can accept an invitation to that board. But you've got to change these, otherwise your inbox is just going to get inundated with emails all the time. Okay? Done. And then up here, if I just go back to my boards, up here in this little speech bubble in the top right, that's notifications. Okay? This here is where it will start telling you stuff. So if you follow anyone, or if anyone follows you, you'll get notifications in here. If anyone invites you to join a board and help pin to a board, you will get an invitation that you will need to accept. It will show up as red up here. So I'm just going to go to another account. Okay, and this is the art department. account. Okay, so it's DioArt. This is the account that you will all need to follow. All right. I'm going to show you how to follow, but this is your notification up here. It's bright red. So it's telling me I've got 3 messages. Okay. I'm just going to go and just check on what side we are. Invite me, P West, onto this board. Go to edit, and I want to invite. You can only invite someone if they are following you or you've followed them. It just makes it so much easier. Okay, so if I go to my other account, and it's just logging me out because I'm using the same browser. Click out of that, and there we go. I have a notification. It's saying invited. I'm going to accept it. Done. Accept it. Okay, so that means that I now have those boards here. Go, it's come up now. I just needed to reload the page. Okay, so that was that board. Okay, so I'm going to click on this board itself here. Click on here. And this little icon up here, pin it. That's what you need if you ever search anything and you find something that you like. So let me go up here. Bird painting. Watercolor. You need to be kind of selective in your searching and keep adding info to help narrow it down for you. I would suggest it'd be a really good idea to find artist models and search for their names, because you get a whole lot of random stuff come up. Okay, I know this person, everyone's kind of quite liking her work. Say I like it. Inspiration. I'm going to pin it. Okay. Really good if you can to put the artist model in here. Okay, you go up here, you select where you want to pin it to. So I'm just going to pin it into painting and go pin it. Done. Okay. With Pinterest, if you go into a pin and you click on it again, it takes you to the original source, which is fantastic, especially if you want to know information about it. So if you're ever doing research on an artist model, look for the artist's work, make sure it is the artist's work, and sometimes you can see that when you collectively look at all of the pins coming up, and make sure it's not someone who's appropriated their artist, and then go to the original website. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to go up here. Let's look at all pins. Oops, that's my search, sorry. Let's go up to me. Okay, so you will see I'm following. This is my interest. Some of you might have gone through and had to select that. I did when I joined up, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to unfollow because I don't really care. Some of the stuff I get coming through this feed is not the greatest, so I'm going to unfollow all that and go to, these are the pinners, these are the people that, obviously I don't have much on my personal account, but the DioArt account has a lot. These are interesting people who pin things relevant for what I'm doing, okay? You all need to follow DioArt because your teachers use that as a resource, and follow your teacher as well, depending on which one they're going to be using. Okay, follower. Okay, DioArt is now following what I do, P West. Okay, because then we can collaborate together and we see what's happening. Yeah, okay. The more pins you have, the more followers you're going to have. You're going to get random people liking your work and following you. You might get random people following boards as well, because you don't need to follow a whole person. You can follow just a board. Hopefully, that's the ins and outs of Pinterest. Just make sure that when you do pin, the last little key. When you pin something, this description down here, you can delete whatever was on the original pin and add your own information there. I highly suggest, if you know artist models, get the artist name into it. Okay, and that's it.